Right, here we go again. Right, this is my presentation for my evaluation of media. It pretty much includes pretty much the reasons why I've done the things I've done on my blog, and the reason why I did things in the actual lessons, sort of making my magazine and stuff. Sort of like the two dragons on my blog, they're quite good. The smiley face, it might weird you out a bit, but that's my thing. I'll explain that later. It will also include it will also answer the evaluation questions, like how my magazine has used, developed and challenged forms of conventions of other media. For example, my magazine cover has rather bright colours on it, and the bright colours are there because it makes my picture look a lot better than it did. Some of it was a bit blurry, and obviously that's not great in the magazine cover, but that wasn't my fault, that was technical difficulties at the time. How my magazine represents a particular social group in the form of teenagers and generally other people who like rock music, but that's generally my target audience, isn't it? What kind of media distributor might be interested in distributing my magazine around, you know, the shops and stuff? Who my target audience actually is, which I might have explained slightly earlier by accident by saying teenagers and rock enthusiasts, but that's my own problem. Who the magazine attracts and addresses my audience, generally by saying hello, goodbye and see you later. From the process of constructing my magazine, what have I learnt about media technology? Well, I've learnt how to use Photoshop, and as you can see now I'm also using a camera, which isn't my strong point, hence the fact that I'm not doing too good a job. I look a bit like Gordon Brown, if you ask me. From looking back at my preliminary task, what I have learnt to get to this point now as well, I pretty much have included as well. So I'll be seeing you later. Hope you don't get sick of the sound of my voice, and yes, there'll be plenty more of this hand gesturing. Goodbye. This is my evaluation PowerPoint presentation on what I've done for my magazine. Starts off with a content page about what's on my PowerPoint, then the reasons why I've created the magazine in the first place, generally because I like rock music a bit better than most of the other music, and I've got quite a few skills in art, which is quite similar to and quite useful in making a magazine. Next is the reasons why I added the two dragons onto my blog. It's because me and Darren have quite a few differences between each other, but we kind of balance each other out quite well. That's Smiley. He's this is about why I put him on my blog, and he's like my mascot. I created him like at the beginning of my term at school. My front cover, and next is why I did why I created the design. I chose this design because, well, it was the best one I had, and also because I like the colours I used. And this is the reasons why I created the content page and why it looks the way it does. All this can be found on my PowerPoint, which will be on my blog, obviously. Main reason was because it was the best I had, and out of all of them it was my favourite one. Next one's my double page spread, which as you can see is got a lot better since I first made it. That's got a lot better, to be honest. And you can see that I got someone else to be in the magazine, because I have a few people who I get on with, and quite a good magazine if I do say so myself. This slide answers the first of my evaluation questions, which is in what ways does my media product use and change the forms of conventions. Answered that one reasonably simply. My rock magazines, how does your media product represent a particular social group? Well, it does that by generally having all the symbolics like on my magazine in the form of my skulls and dark colours and stuff. What sort of distributors might be interested in it? I've put Kerrang and other big distributors because they just would like it probably. Who would be the audience for my media product? Well, that's generally teenagers and fans of rock music, and also people who like music in general. There's how I attracted the audience using my magazine's design media. This slide's about what I've learned from the technologies I've used and from the process of creating my product. And this is one of the final slides, and it's about how I feel I've progressed from my preliminary task to my final task, which is you've already seen. And this is the end of my slideshow. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope to see you next year.